Hello. We are getting started. Let's go ahead and get this thing up and running. You know what it's time for? It's time to go live, baby. Forget this week's class is about dealing with a narcissist. It's going to be about what we're going to say, how to talk to them, how to deal with them. What does it take? That is in class this week, and you can only get there if you sign up. Boom, baby. Hello, hello. Let's see. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. What's going on, Kim? I got to reply to your text. Doing that today. Someone just makes their phone password private. Red flag. If y'all were in a relationship where it wasn't and then out of nowhere it happened, I would ask why. I don't know if that's a red flag, but if y'all were in each other's phones and then, not saying you should be, I would say it's a red flag to be in someone's phone like that. Like if you need that, you know? Hello, I left. What do you mean you left? Left who? You left the man? Work is going good so far. The team is happy with the work to work with me. Yay. You left Brandon. When did you leave? Did you put it in the chat? You got to put that in the group chat. You know, we got to celebrate you. So that was a toxic guy, right? I loved your content. You've helped me more than once. Absolutely. Following from Bermuda, good to see you. I finally left Jason. Who's Jason? Everybody's leaving people because of my content? Is that why this is happening? Oh my God, we jumped up to almost 100 people in less. Oh my goodness. The follower count is over 98 on live right now. It's over 105. Why are we blowing up right now? Wait, it's over 111. Yo, I'm loving these numbers right now, by the way. Like, it's going crazy on TikTok. Hold on, I gotta take a picture of this. You know why? Because it's working. You know why the numbers are going up? Because it's working. We're getting people to leave toxic relationships, and we're getting it in the right ones, okay? That's why this is happening. This is happening. I'm sorry, I'm not talking straight. Do you help? Thanks for all your stuff, absolutely. I asked a question you didn't answer. I got literally over 50 questions. Can you repeat it? Sometimes y'all gotta help me out. See, that's what happens when you don't sign up for the private group, right? That's what happens. I start to miss questions. I start to miss it. You gotta get in the private group. Or I might miss your question. I'm sorry. I made a space to help us out. On the FYP. Okay, cool. That's cool. The FYP is a very effective place. I still live there, but I got rid of my social media. Okay. Well, congrats on getting out of that toxic situation. Hopefully you stay out, because a lot of people, you know, they're known to go back to people that they shouldn't be with. So if you're out and you're officially done, I'm so happy for you. Am I wrong for comparing new relationship to marriage? Yes. Now, here's the thing. Marriage is way bigger than a relationship, right? But a relationship is the building blocks to a marriage, right? So if your goal is to be married, then there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, this is something I don't really see for a marriage, right? For example, a lot of religious people I've met, they won't marry someone that isn't religious. You see what I'm saying? Like they'll hang out with them, they may have fun with them, but they won't marry them. That makes sense. Marital values are sometimes a little bit different, right? So if you're in a relationship and it's not working and you want to address these things, you probably want to do it before you get married. Because getting married, and what people think, some people think that getting married is gonna make the relation, is gonna make things better. Like, oh, we're not great, but if we get married, things will just automatically get better. That is the biggest lie of all time. Usually it gets worse. You're just promoting bad behavior. Marriage ended in death of partner. So you're saying wait, what are you trying to say? What relationship to what marriage? I thought you were saying like, see, this is why sometimes I need to talk to people. Are you comparing a new relationship to an old marriage? Because those are two different people, right? So that alone is not going to work. If I like dancing with many at club, is that a deterrent for a guy to make a move? Well, it's hard, right? Like if you're out there dancing and, there's no way to get in, I mean, what do you expect? Like if you're dancing with another guy, then absolutely I'm not going to say anything because you're already with someone. If you're dancing with your girlfriends, I have to go in the group of girls. If you're dancing near the speaker, it's going to be really loud. So I have to like try to holler over the speaker. That's normally why, clubs are not always the best unless you stand near like the bar where it's a little more like chill. But why not just go to a bar? If you want it, you can get sometimes the best of both, right? They got a little music playing, but they at the same time also have an area where you could chill out. Because yes, if you're in a group and it's loud and it's hard to get to you, sometimes that makes it a little bit harder because it's like, dang, like I don't want to go up in there because everybody's, and have to pull you out sometimes. But some dudes will do it, but it's normally makes things a little harder. Male best friend likes me but feels conflicted and won't let me go. What feels conflicted about what? I need information. 2024. Am I wrong for comparing the two? Are you comparing? What are you comparing though? You're saying marriage to relationship, but you're saying a marriage ended in death. Are you comparing your new relationship to an old marriage? Because that's two different people. If you're comparing two different people, then yes, that's wrong. Because that's never going to line up. I've met my GF sister, my girlfriend's sister, more than once, and she has been really rude towards me. Do you think it will be a good idea for me to end things? I mean, here's the thing. Like, you have a relationship with her and not her sister. So if her sister is being rude to you, then I would just not put myself in situations where I have to be around her sister. Like, I would just let her know. I would be like, hey, look, I like you and you're cool, but your sister is like hella rude. And I don't know what I did to her, but she acts this way towards me and it makes me uncomfortable. So if you want to hang out with me, I can't be around that because I don't want to keep putting myself in a position where I have to be awkward. So I would maintain a relationship with her, but as far as her sister goes, I would keep my distance because that's too much. And I'm not going to sit there making you have to choose differences. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts on making the first move, then following up by applying consistent effort? I would say there's a difference between pursuing and chasing. I can make the first move, but I'm not about to keep making the first move. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's way too much energy. I want to make the first move and I'll let you know my intentions. And if you're willing to follow along with that, that's cool. You want me to take the lead, then I need you to follow. But here's the thing. If I make the first move and then you drop the ball and I have to make another first move and another first move and another, I'm going to feel like I'm chasing. I'm going to be out. So on either side, I don't think that anyone should date people that make you feel like you have to do more of the work. Because what we're trying to do is show that we're creating a dynamic. And if we're creating a dynamic where one person's doing all the work, then that means we're going to end up in a relationship like that. And I don't want to be in a relationship where if I don't call you today, you're not going to call me either, and we're going to play this game. I'm not about that. That's not me. Not going to work. Thoughts on splitting the bill or who should pick up the tab? I mean, I don't think that it matters, right? Now, I'm a pretty old school guy, so I will pay the first date and I'll pay the bill. I think it really depends on the context, you know? Like, have you been dating a while? Maybe you decide to treat each other every now and then. Is this relationship new? You know, is it our first date? If it's the first date, I think the man should pay. Now, down the road, if you guys are, you know, hanging out a lot and doing a lot of things, clearly a lot of people aren't rich, right? So it does make sense that sometimes you guys would split a couple things here and there, right? I don't think that it matters. What matters more is, are you guys happy, right? That's all that matters. My ex, Narg, broke no contact. He asked me if I still, thank you for the heart, thank you so much. He asked me if I still have hope. Will we end up together? Thoughts? What do you want me to think about? Thank you so much. Thank you, Sa. What you just said, he's a narc. So what is there to think about? You could have stopped that narc. If you know he's a narcissist and he's thinking about getting back together with you, then your only thought is, do you want to be with a narcissist? And if you do, then you can't complain. No complaints. Because if you know what you're getting yourself into, then you are responsible for all the damage you're about to take. Because if you know this guy has damaged you before, he is your ex, which means he did not qualify to be your boyfriend. If you disqualified him and then you take him back and you know he's a narcissist, you cannot expect anything different. At that point, if he chooses to react the same way that he used to, you can't say you didn't see it coming. That's the only thing. If she invites, she pays. I really don't think it's that matters. It doesn't matter. Like, what matters is what you two agree on. Who pays, who doesn't, it's whatever. Trying to have these straightforward one-way rules. Oh, if you invite me, you gotta pay. Cool. What's the stress about? I feel like in society, there's all these like little one-ups or little rules that we try to make. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you two really like each other and that you two are vibing. Because let me tell you something. If I'm vibing with someone the right way and I know that they would, I don't care, right? As long as the connection is there. How about we focus more on the connection than who's buying what? Why does buying have to add into the equation of our connection? Like, aren't we getting in a relationship so that we could be with someone that we love? Like, wasn't that the whole point of this? To be with someone that you love and loves you back. That's literally what you're trying to do. And then we place all of these rules on like, well, who pays, who doesn't? Don't get used. And it's like, you won't get used if the person is your partner. If they are acting like a partner. If you say sometimes, hey, I ain't got it, and they pick it up, or they ain't got it, you should be able to be vulnerable about that too. Like, hey, you know, I've been paying for the last 5 dates. I need you to help me out with this one. Or, hey, I've been paying, or I'd like to pay for you. I'd like to treat you. It's literally just like a convenience to the already connected relationship that you have. Here's what I say. Don't go on dates with people that you don't like. Start there. Don't even go on the date. Have a phone conversation, FaceTime. That costs $0.00 to just get on a FaceTime and see how you vibe. See if the personality even is right for you. The way they communicate, the way that they address certain things, the topics. I find all of that out before I even go on a date. I FaceTime. I'm like, before I even go, because Honestly, we don't have to do that anymore. Now, I know some people still like, I want to do it that way. But I'm like, let me see how I even can communicate with you to begin with. Let me see if I actually enjoy it. It's almost like we focus so much on the end goal that we don't appreciate the moment, right? Got to get in a relationship. You know, we got to date and then we got to be together. Then you got to show me things of relationship qualities. And then I have to measure you out and see if you're ready. And then I got to see if you're this, this, and this. I'm like, why do we have all these preconceived ideas on what things should look like? You want to know why most of us have best friends? Because those friends came without expectation. Have you noticed that? They were just people we met at a time when things were happening. We didn't have no expectation. We just really liked them as a person. I don't walk around really liking everyone every day. I probably meet people throughout the day at the store, at the gym, and I'm like, cool, you're cool to talk to. There's rarely a person that I'm like, man, I really click with that person. I could want to hang out with them. That's how we gotta be moving, right? Not all of these rules. It's like, what are we doing? No one worry about the connection no more. It's becoming normalized to make things very transactional. You pay for my time, I pay for you, and that's how we know it works. You have to act a certain way in order for me to like you. You gotta follow this rule in order for me, like, what is happening, y'all? And we're all buying into this. Social media is pushing out all of this crazy energy, and we're just buying it. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. You should pay because you invited me. That's a number one rule I'm going to stick to no matter what. No matter how great the connection is with the person, I'm going to have this rule because social media told me. Man, come on, man. We need to talk to some married couples, some healthy married couples. Let's see how they move, because I talk to them all the time. Says he doesn't want a relationship, but he tells me he's in love with me. He's lying to you. I told her I can't be around her sister. That's fair. That's your right. But what if the move you're making is not the move she desires to see initially? Well, then maybe she shouldn't have. So here's what I say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not worried about what you want to see in the beginning because I don't know you. I'm going to do whatever version that I think is best. And how about instead of having a template for how I'm supposed to come, you appreciate me at my best or you let me go. I can't sit here and piece together what everybody wants day one. That's too many expectations. You don't even know me yet. So I think what you need to do at that point is just be the best version of yourself that you need to be. And if they're not feeling it, the least they could do is communicate it. Now, if you come off crazy, right, then they can communicate that, hey, I really didn't like the way you approached me. It was kind of crazy. But if you were fine, you just weren't their preference, well then, oh well, you can't be everybody's cup of tea. Hey, Roderick. Yeah, we just want to say hi. I remember. I think I remember. Where do I know you from? I might. Where do I know you from? He doesn't want a relationship because he doesn't love you. Man. See, this is what I mean by these words. Wait, Roderick? Wait, from Queens? Is this Roderick from Queens? What the heck? No way. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I'm just having a moment right now. There's like a childhood friend of mine that just got on here that I haven't spoken to in years. Let me here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow you back and I'm gonna message you after this so we can catch up. That is crazy. That is so crazy that this happened just now. So for those of you that don't know, I'm from Queens, New York originally. And I haven't really kept in touch with too many people back there. I heard from Taja, I think one time recently. I know Ty is all grown up. But yeah, good to see you, man. Like I know it's been a while. Hope you're doing okay. We'll catch up. We'll catch up after this. You are in Queens, New York? What part of Queens you in, Paro? Boombastic gal. She always around to say hi. What's up, girl? One question, how is your family? They are doing good. Everyone's still happy, healthy. I don't know if you heard that there was a split, but we'll talk more about that. But yeah, everybody's grown. My sister's grown. She's like 25, 26 now. She's 25. And parents are doing good. Yeah, they're out here, you know. They're doing their thing out here too. I probably go back to New York more than they do, to be honest. What part of Queens? Off Linden and Merrick. That's crazy. I'm originally from Jamaica, Queens, so South Ozone Park. I think Nicki Minaj is from out there, right? I'm your sister's age. That's good. You're coming to me early. I say, you know, the earlier the better that I can reach you. But no, either age, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that I don't normally get people in their early to mid 20s. So this is good. This is good. So we can start here. Hello, so a dating question. Yes, let's get back to the dating questions. Just had a blast from the past. He doesn't make, hello, brother, hello. He doesn't make time to spend time together. And even when he doesn't, he's always tired. I think you might have to send me a DM. We might have to talk about this on a one-on-one because I don't really know how long has this been happening? What's the status of your relationship? Like, has he always not made time for you? Did you guys have an argument? Like, I feel like there's so many questions about that, right? Like, how did you get to that point? That's not even a dating question. That's like a relationship question. Y'all in a relationship? Hey, she's wild. She said he's tired for you, but well rested for somebody. Y'all are funny on here. Let's see what time it is. We got another hour. Dated a guy for 6 months. He never lets me meet his 17-year-old daughter. Because he's not ready. Here's the first problem. You're dating for 6 months and you're not in a relationship. I don't think he wants to be in a relationship with you. That's way too long. Let me tell you, guys know what the hell they want. If I could tell you someone here, ladies, guys know what the hell they want and what the hell they don't want. Especially what they don't want. Took me 3 years before I let anyone meet my kids. It's a long time. That's a long time. Hey, you could do what you want, but at the end of the day, you might have to consider a better vetting system. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. She said, but I still messed it up. Well, yeah, because I mean, honestly, telling me that you wait 3 years for someone to get integrated into your life, that's too long. You know, like at that point, because you don't know how they're going to respond. Like, what if they don't get along with them and you waited 3 years? That's too big of a risk. Now, I understand we don't want them to meet him quickly because we don't want to like go crazy. But at the same time, you got to have a little bit of a time frame so that you don't waste your time. Dating is all about not getting your time wasted, right? Because when you get your time wasted and you get too invested, then it's going to be harder for you to let go. And that's what I try to tell y'all. Stop giving too much time to people that you don't see as a future person, because you will get attached. And then when you get attached, you're like, why can't I leave now? Because your feelings. And then it gets harder, right? What's up, girl? How you doing? Good to see you. She said, hi, Xavier. How you doing? Good to see you on here. Got to reply to your message. He never wanted to spend time with them till we got engaged. Then once he did, that was a red flag for him. That was a red flag. That was a giant red flag. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I could have told you, if I was in your life, if I was your coach, I would have stopped you so early in the game. I would have been like, nope, this is what he's doing, this. You would have not spent 3 years in this. You would have had to fight me. See, that's what happens when I'm your coach, right? And I'm telling all of y'all on here, when I see stuff in the beginning, I stop you from wasting your time. I stop the intruder from getting in too long with you to the point that you've wasted years on this person when you could have been with somebody that was right for you. Like, that's what I do. Because I hate this. Like, I hate to see people in these long relationships, 5-10 years go by, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, we're going to end this. Because you deserve happiness and fulfillment, not this crap. Can you work with disabled vets? I think I'm overwhelmed. We're 19 years in, and this week he watched something you posted, and that single video clicked. We'll definitely sign him up for a chat, right? Sign him up for a chat tomorrow or Wednesday. Send me a DM, and let's see if we can work. You're having a hard time letting go? You're supposed to. You were in it for a long time. That's the way it works. The longer that you're in it, the more it's going to hurt to leave. And people underestimate that, right? The more you are entertaining this individual, the longer it goes on, the harder it gets to leave. So what you need to do is leave regardless of how bad it feels. You can't rely on your feelings to make this easier for you. You got to learn how to be strong. And being strong means I got to leave even though I don't feel it. I feel like I want to stay. I feel like I want to make this work. I feel like it wants to, I feel it. It doesn't matter how you feel. You got to go anyway. Okay, but what if we're past wasting time and now need recovery together? Can you support healing? Yeah, that's what I do. I do all the above, girl. Yeah. I do breakups, I do healing, I do moving on, but you're going to have to work with me for a while. Right? Because that might take a couple months, but we'll get you right. I have a question. How long does it take for a person go, what? I don't understand your question. How long does it take for a person go on a date? I don't know what that means. Sorry. I need a little help. I don't know. You'll have to talk to me more, because this question that you're saying, Mom, 6B, anyway, the question that you're asking requires more context. So in order for me to be able to answer that properly, I'm going to need to understand under what context that falls under, because it's a statement, but there's ties to it, right? And I want to make sure that I dig a little deeper for that one. If you left a relationship mentality and broke up, do you mean mentally? If you left a relationship mentally and broke up today physically, do you still need time to heal? That depends on the person. Because even though you say you left mentally, there's something to be said about the fact that you didn't leave physically. You know what I mean? Because if you didn't leave physically, then there's something else tied there too. something. It could be emotional. Because mentally, a lot of us leave relationships. Mentally, a lot of us are ready to go. But then the emotions are still there. The habit patterns. Your nervous system is still programmed in. So sometimes it doesn't matter how mentally out of it you are if you're still emotionally and nervous system stuck in there. So yes, that is when normally when you try to leave, you still have to heal that part of yourself. There's different quadrants. There's different spectrums of which we need to heal from. Mentally, emotionally, your nervous system, your subconscious, your thought patterns. There's more of a science to this. So yes, you may still need healing. Hey, Lacey, what's up, girl? You have the cutest baby ever, Lacey. I'm so happy for you because I know that was a big time goal and you got it. And I'm so happy for you. That baby is so cute. Goodness gracious. Man, giving me fever over here. Don't give me fever, girl. I don't need a fever right now. But I'm so happy for you. You're awesome. If you left should men in relationships be active on social media, liking and loving other women's content? I personally think no. I think that neither person, in my personal opinion, should be entertaining that kind. Now, here's the thing. If it's like liking regular stuff, if it's like, oh, I graduated today, I don't think, that's innocent. But if it's like bikini pictures and like scandalous pictures and stuff like that, oh yeah, that's a big red flag, But then, and I'm not gonna totally get on the guys with this either. The women on the other side, if you want a guy to not like bikini pictures, posting bikini pictures is like the exact same thing. So what you don't want in the man, you should not be putting out that kind of behavior too, right? I don't want him liking bikini pictures. I'm not gonna post bikini pictures. We gotta keep it fair. She said, give him fever. Do not give me fever. Nah, man. Oh my goodness. Amen, I agree and thank you. Absolutely. I think it's about being fair. Yeah, I don't believe in that. Like when I'm in a relationship, especially, I'm not liking those bikini pictures. I'm done. To be honest, I don't even like them for real now. But especially when I'm in a relationship, the first thing I think about when I get into a relationship is how to serve my partner. I know this is something you probably have almost never heard a guy say on social media, but that's my thing. How can I serve? Because we're a team now, right? So I want to make sure that you don't have these problems because I'm supposed to be a part of your improvement in life. Your life is already a certain way. I want to be a part of the improvement. And that doesn't mean I'm going to criticize every little thing and call you out. I'm not doing that. I'm saying how, as a person, can I contribute to your life to make it a little bit easier, right? What can I do to pick up some slack here as a man? And how can I and my gifts add to the quality that you already have? Because I'm sure that's going to come vice versa. Our natural abilities to complement each other, right? That's the first thing I think about. I am not thinking about what she can do for me. Don't get me wrong. I know that's going to come. That's typically a part of the deal. But that's not what I'm looking for. Because when I think that way, when I think in terms of what can she do for me, then I become crap. If my first thought is, what can you do for me? Then I'm not actively and consciously thinking of how I can be that for you, how I can be someone to help you in your journey. And also, when I think, and I'm telling you, guys, this is a mind trick right now. I'm telling you a mind trick. When I think in terms of how can I serve in dating or in a relationship, it's easier for me to spot out a person that's bad. It's way easier. When I think of terms of what you can do for me, I can't spot it. I don't know why. It's like I'm not focused on it. I'm not in it. It's like something is wrong. But when I look at it from a lens of what can I do for you, then I actively notice when I'm being taken advantage of too fast. It's like I get it faster. It's a mind trick, I'm telling y'all. But I will discuss this more in class on Wednesday. Hey, I got so many relationship questions to ask, I just don't know where to start. If you got a lot and you want to get properly serviced, make sure you send me a DM on social media. I have a small window for people to work with me. I got somebody I'm working with after this live. If you want to work with me, I got a bunch of people. Last week we were booked up. This week is looking pretty clear, right? I haven't really put it out there that much, but we got a whole new list. If you want to talk to me one-on-one and you want to figure out how to do that, send me a DM. You can just say the word ready in the DMs. Let's do it. I'm a terrible overthinker. I love with my whole being and have been hurt terribly in the past. How do I not give my all? You're going to have to message me too. If this has been happening to you for years, I can't give you one simple answer on here, right? You're going to have to message me. You and I should talk. I can get you through that. In today's time, how do I know if he's truly interested? Because you won't have to ask. When is a good time to start asking deeper questions in the beginning stages of dating? It depends on the questions, but there's really no right or wrong time. What I would say for the first date, keep it light, but then second or third. Now, if you have immediate hang-ups, must love God, must love dogs, find that out in the beginning. Don't waste time on that, right? Because if no matter how good a person is, you cannot deal with a person that doesn't love dogs, doesn't love God, doesn't love, doesn't have a relationship or cool with those things, then find that out early. Must love children, right? Are you okay with the fact that I have kids? Find that out before you even go on a date. Because to be honest with you, I think a lot of us are wasting our time. I'm be honest with you, marriage is like a business, okay? You're investing in a person for the rest of your life. You don't even invest in companies for the rest of your life. You're investing in a person. How about making them fill out an application? Nah, no one's gonna do that. Good luck. I would say keep it simple. 2 to 3 hardcore things that you need. The more deal breakers you have, the less your dating pool is gonna be. You're gonna be lonely forever. You don't wanna have too many deal breakers, because you need to have some things that you're okay with people being a little bit not so great with. I currently am not in a relationship and not actively looking for one, but I'm really enjoying listening to you and the advice you were giving. Thank you. I'm an audible processor, so I talk and talk. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk more private because you have a lot of stuff going on. My avoidant ex broke up with me twice. But he's an avoidant. Isn't that to be expected? But still wants to say hi to me at school. Why not? You just said he was an avoidant. That goes in line with avoidant behavior. That's what you get, right? That's what you get when you date an avoidant. You get avoidant behavior. If you date an anxious person, you get anxious behavior, right? That's the way it goes. That's the circle of life, right? If you don't want to experience that behavior, don't date an avoidant. My boyfriend and I stopped talking for 3 weeks. I found out he talked and slept with some during this time. Huh? How do I heal from an avoidant? You're going to have to work with me. Send me a DM with the word ready. He talked and slept with some during this time. He says it's not cheating. Wait, hold on. Stopped talking for 3 weeks. I found out he talked and slept with some. Damn. I found out he talked and slept with someone during this time. He says it's not cheating because we're not together for the 3 weeks. Thoughts? I think you and him have a different idea of what those 3 weeks were. It sounds like he thought y'all were broken up and you think you're not. So I think you might need to get clarity. I would need to know, what conversation did you have before you stopped talking? Did you guys agree to take a break? Or did you just randomly stop talking? If this was your boyfriend and you stopped talking for 3 weeks, why did you just stop doing that? Can the avoidant narcissist be educated? Yeah, but they may not execute. Everybody can be educated, but what matters is execution, right? Because we can tell there are narcissists that see my material. There are women that date narcissists that see my material and they don't execute. They look at it, they get educated on all the little behaviors. They become experts on all the mental health stuff and they don't execute. It doesn't matter what you know at a certain point. You don't need to know that much to execute. You don't need to know every single bit of every layer of everything to execute. Honestly, I feel like learning more, although it is educational, it sometimes is bad for you. It's bad for you because you'll sit there trying so hard to, now you're trying to empathize with it. You're trying to empathize with the behaviors that you don't like. There's nothing to empathize here. You don't like it. Learn to execute. Like, I honestly think when some people do this research on narcissism and all this stuff, it actually puts them deeper in the hole. Because now they're making excuses. Like, oh, well, he's a narcissist. He can't help it. He doesn't know better. He doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. And you know, he's hurting. I feel so bad for him. He's not hurting. And he knows exactly what he's doing. He just don't care. And you know what's funny? We're quick to throwing a narcissist label on someone that shows behaviors that we don't like. Sometimes these people are not narcissists. Sometimes they just don't care about you. Sometimes they just don't like you. Sometimes they just don't value you. They don't prioritize you. They don't think you're wifey. They don't think you're important. They don't care. And they lost respect for you because you stayed longer than you should have. That doesn't make them a narcissist. That makes them someone that just lacks respect. Some people act very narcissistic and have no personality disorder. So what we need to do is stop giving people a pass, right? Don't assign them a disorder and try to normalize them. Right? It's not normal. It's not good for you. They don't have a condition. They just don't care. Because let me tell you something. I can prove it. If you put your hand on a hot stove and it burns, what do? You take your hand off immediately. If that person really cared about hurting you that much, they would stop quickly. Oh, I don't want to hurt her. The fact that they're not doing this, that means it doesn't hurt them that much to hurt you. That's what you really got to look at. That's scary. Also, what is your take if I, as a woman, make triple what he makes? It doesn't matter. Yes, I'm feeling the disrespect and no value with him after 2 years. Very hard to leave when I know it's the right thing. Yeah, well, that's your choice, right? He's not the problem if you know you have to leave. You're the problem. Because making triple what I make doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter, right? Don't get me wrong, it's nice. But if he has a problem with money, then that's him. That's not a universal thing that guys are uncomfortable with. I've dated millionaires that made 10 times more, 80 times more than I did. I dated a woman one time that made $700,000 in a day, and it was laughable. while I made a measly 1,000 that week, right? And I still paid for our dates. So it doesn't matter. What matters is, what are you choosing? You know, because that's the thing. When you say statements like, I know I have to leave, but it's hard, then that means the onus falls on you because you know you have to leave. You just said that. Think about your words. I know I have to leave, but it's hard. So the reason why you're not leaving is because of the feeling. But that's not a valid reason to stay. Just because you don't want to face reality. So you're willing to put up with crap because you don't want to face reality. It sounds like those people that have a job in corporate, right? And they're like, okay, I know I should apply for another job, but I'm so comfortable here. But this job is never gonna pay me more than I'm getting paid, right? This job is never gonna take me to the next level. It's never gonna give me what I want. But it's just so familiar and comfortable, and I'm scared. What if I get to that job, they treat me different, it's not good, I don't understand it. You know, like you start panicking and thinking of all these things, and you almost like paralyze yourself with all these thoughts, making it seem like being stagnant sounds better. But it's not. You're just justifying your reason to not take a risk. Something to consider. More questions, y'all. We're having a good time today. But yeah, I think what would help all of us is taking a little bit more ownership over our decisions, right? And that's not to say that the decision is easy, but life isn't easy. You know? How many times do you have to do what you got to do and it feels easy? Sometimes I don't even want to go outside to the car and go to the grocery store. You know, sometimes that feels hard. I'm in my bed. It's cool. I got the AC running. But I got to go to the grocery store today. I don't feel like it. I'm so lazy. But you got to do what you got to do, right? Now, granted, breaking up from a relationship is probably 10 times harder. But it's all relative, right? Things don't feel easy, but we do it anyway because we know what's good for us. How do I not go back to him? He says he doesn't want me and I'm moving on, but we live together. How do you not go back to him? You just don't go. You just don't give in to your feelings. You resist the urge to go towards a familiar feeling. That's going to be a conscious effort. You're going to have to learn how to resist yourself. And if you don't, then you are responsible. And let me tell you, it's just going to make you lose more and more and more and more respect. Not only for yourself, but from him as well. Because he's going to get the idea that no matter how bad I am, you're always going to be there. And you have to ask yourself, do you want to be seen as that person? Do you really want to show traits of that type of person? Or do you want to be a woman that is honored and respected because she makes the right decisions, no matter how hard it is, right? You have to ask yourself who you want to be at this point and work towards that. Yes, I saw the red flags within 6 months. We need to not ignore bad behavior. You are correct. Justifying of actions. Boom. Hey, and I'm not saying this to say whether you're right or wrong. Do what you want. If you want to look at those red flags and you still want to date the fella, that is up to you, right? We're not here to judge. But I am saying that you get what you get. If you see it and then you still go for it, then you're not a victim. You're not a victim. Cut ties when I was crying because my kids are moving and he didn't care. A man's words need to match his actions. That's the only time. That's the only time you should be willing to love him. Because if his words don't match, then you're loving him for no reason. Why is it so much harder for me to get over him? He's living his best life now. Because, well, here's the thing. They're not always living their best life, right? There's this definition that after we break up, if the other person is doing what they want, then they must be okay. Maybe he was the type of person when you guys dated. Maybe he didn't take it as seriously as you did. Maybe you guys had a different level of investment. Sometimes it's hard for us to accept the fact that people can be different. People can have different conditions for what they need to be happy. And it's hard to understand that if you're the type of person that has a one set plan. So sometimes that's his coping mechanism. Like someone asked me, how was he able to go and sleep around after we dated, but I can't even look at someone? I'm like, maybe sleeping around isn't as big of a deal to him as it is to you. For you, it's bonding, it's emotional, it's everything. For him, it's just a sport. Do you think you can get back together after divorce from cheating? You can, but the question is if you should. Do men feel bad when they break a woman's heart? Not all men. A lot of men actually don't care about your heart. I don't make time for men who are only making empty promises followed by no actions. Nah, I run clean. What does it mean when he wants space, but he still wants to be with you? He wants a side chick. That's the issue. They say, sorry, apologize. You say you need and express clearly to never change. That's definitely not love. Nah, that's using you. Do you think marriages can recover after cheating? I've seen them. I've seen them recover. Believe it or not, cheating is not on the same scale for everybody. And I'm not saying this to say that it's okay, go and do it now. Trust me, I cannot handle cheating. I can tell you that for a fact. But outside of my personal views, objectively speaking, some people can get past cheating. And some people, I've known some people who had cheating happen in the marriage, they moved on from it, and the rest of their lives, they were very successful. They never cheated again. Now, there are people that are capable of this, and there are people who have done it. They don't talk about it because they know that society is going to throw it in their face, but it happens. Why do people cheat? For many reasons. Some people cheat because they don't look at sex as a big deal as much as other people do. So for them, it's just like, oh, this person was here and I just wanted to get into it. Some people are not emotionally fulfilled, or their partner is ignoring them and making, like, they don't feel like they're getting enough out of their relationship. So they seek it elsewhere in intimacy with another person, which inevitably leads them to cheating. Some people just want to try something new. There's so many reasons. Either way, it's selfish. People who think selfishly will cheat. But what if a child is the result of cheating? Personally, like I said, for me, I couldn't do it. I don't know people who have made that work. So I don't know. Can you make that work? Maybe. I'm sure that someone somewhere on this planet has made that work. But I couldn't do it. Why do men self-sabotage relationships? Because many reasons. Number one, they're not healed. Number two, they don't really like you like that, and they're self-sabotaging it. They're self-sabotaging it in order to find a way to get an out. Number three, they're immature and you're mature. They don't feel like they're good enough and they feel like you're amazing. So they'll sabotage it because of that. If they're insecure, they'll sabotage it. Many reasons. What about emotional cheating? Same thing. Same rules apply, right? Some people just do it. Some people don't feel like they're getting it here, or some people just like the new opportunity and they go and they seek it out and they make it happen. But people can bounce back from that, right? Yeah, my grandmother, but it was because she trapped. Interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. Here's the thing, I can only speak on what I've seen. So outside of what I've seen, I don't know. But yes, I have seen a lot of these cases. That's the thing, though, is that it doesn't mean do it. It just means like be careful, because most people clearly couldn't handle it. But there are the rare few that can. I watch a lot of your NARC videos, so I have a question. It's not geared towards dating. Then go ahead and ask. Yeah, my ex said he was insecure, but was in love with me, but self-sabotaged. Hey, well, at least he told you. He was honest. That's a pretty self-aware guy. Why is it so hard for us empathetic people to not feel guilty when leaving them? Because you're not all the way empathetic. You know, empathy does not mean I get taken advantage of. Empathy comes with boundaries, right? Now, don't get me wrong, it hurts. But the reality is you can't control your actions because of your emotions. So you're allowing your emotions to take hold over your actions, which means that your logic is not working. So because emotionally you feel like you want to keep giving this a chance, it's easy to manipulate you because you're putting in your head that your idea of what's really happening here and giving yourself a reason to keep acting on these behaviors. So without boundaries, you cross over from empathetic to becoming a pushover, right? That's not empathy. Empathy is healthy. Empathy has boundaries, right? It is something that, you know, is used in only a healthy regard. Me getting constantly stepped on, that's not empathy, especially when I know the person knows what they're doing. That's just me getting abused and used, right? So what you're trying to do, you try to justify it. A lot of people who are empaths try to justify and say, well, because empathy made me do this. Empathy didn't make you do this. So that's why it's hard, because empathy is used as an excuse to keep putting yourself in a situation where you're entertaining someone who's toxic. It's really confusing and disappointing. It's not confusing. It is exactly what it is. Someone is insecure, so they're not secure enough to feel good or about this relationship. They have doubts. They have things that come up in their head that have nothing to do with you. So they gotta go, because if they don't go, they're gonna become a nightmare. So they have two options. Either I stay here and I doubt everything because I'm insecure, or I leave and I save you time from having to deal with me, because I'm not going to heal this no time soon. He actually saved you. Yep, I did the zero contact and blocked, but now she started emailing me. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? And she was not a he, but I get it. Well, you know, sorry. Mostly he's are coming up as a topic. But yes, if she did that, then, I mean, then, you know, then you got to ask yourself if you want it. I mean, you know what it is. Is this only for people who left? What are you talking about? So I don't have to feel like he's just going to give him treatment to someone else? Why are you worried about that? See, the fact that you're worried about that shows that your thinking may not be in the correct lane. You're worried about what he's going to do with someone else instead of focusing on your happiness. You're still into this and he's sabotaged, which means that you're going to sign up which means that if you think that way, you're going to sign up for more pain. What you need to do at this point is let go. Because if you don't, the pain that you're going to experience is going to just keep capitalizing. It's just going to keep coming and coming and coming. And you think it's hard to heal now, the further down the road you get. See, that's why I was able to break up out of a lot of my relationships, because I was like, I know it hurts now, but the way it could hurt, I'm looking at down the road. I don't want to have to experience that kind of hurt. No, ma'am. All right, we're getting some DMs. People are DMing me that want to work with me. You got to think long term. Yes. I'm always trying to protect future me. I'm always trying to protect future me from present me. I'm like, okay, present you, is this, but if I take this further, it's about to really sting. You know, you got to be careful, right? Don't invest. She said, I know that's right. Have you been here the whole time, Lacey? Got to be very careful in these streets, man. Great stuff. Thanks, Xavier. You already know it, girl. By the way, for those of you that still want to work with me, you still want a one-on-one, and you still want to, get to the outside sessions, because like today, I put up a video where I'm going to tell you how to talk to a narcissist or manipulator. I'm going to give you the words to clap back, to send them on a spiral where they're like, what's going on? You're outsmarting me. Go ahead and send me a DM. I heard that they're coming back for me. Coming back? What are you talking about? What are you even saying to me right now? What are you saying on my live? What you saying, man? Oh yeah, the DMs are exploding over this one. Y'all want to know how to talk to a manipulator? I got you. I know exactly how to do it. I know the words you could say. You could make it so that they can stop catching you off guard. They can stop messing with you, right? Go ahead and do it. I'm dealing with a manipulator, and he knows how to make me feel like what I'm doing wrong and he's not. Then you need to send me a DM. You need to send me a DM. We need to work together. Get in my group. So here's the thing, the clips online are great. Don't get me wrong. Like they got some valuable stuff in there, but they're not the whole thing. You need more, right? You need to get in my private group where I break it down step by step, and you can ask questions. What are your thoughts on long distance relationship? Long distance relationships only work if there's an end goal. It only works if there's an end goal. If you do not have an end goal, good luck. I've never seen that work. And y'all didn't have some type of date that y'all were gonna stop, right? If you didn't have some type of time period or who's gonna move where, like honestly, that should be the first conversation you have when you talk to somebody long distance. It needs to be like, yo, but who's willing to move where? For what, right? You need to have that conversation. Because if you don't and you're just playing, you're wasting your time. Stop wasting your time, people. Stop it. Lacey, yeah, see, Lacey was in a long distance situation, and now she's got the relationship that she wants now. Lacey's happy. She has a child, has a kid. Well, Lacey is good. She was in one. She gets it. And look, she's happy now. What are your thoughts about him texting his ex and no ties? Oh my God, man. The puzzle goes crazy. What are your thoughts about him texting his ex and no ties, no baby mama? Here's what I would say. There are some people that can do it. This is a case by case. I personally cannot date a woman that texts her ex. I can't do it. Like I've talked to some girls, and within the first 5 minutes, I was like, yo, do you still talk to your ex? Yes, I do. On a regular basis, I'm gone. I personally cannot do that. But there are people that can do that. There are people that think it's okay and it's not a big deal. We're cool. I personally cannot date someone that's still in touch with their ex. That's weird to me, but other people can do it. So, hey, if you found a way to make that work for you, then great, but I can't do it. Hey, much love to you. Much love to you too. So how do I deal with narcissistic guys? You got to send me a DM. I'm having a class on this. I have a private group. We talk about this. Because it takes a lot. It's a lot to talk about. I got to teach you techniques. What I'm teaching this week on Wednesday at 8 p.m. is the quick replies, right? When they say something, how do you say something back quickly? Not only are you going to find out if they're a narcissist early in the dating process, but you're also going to find out in a relationship, I can get them to reveal themselves. I don't want to ever see or talk to my ex. Yo, me neither. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless we dated for like a short period of time and it didn't get too deep, maybe, right? I might be cool with you. But like outside, if we had like a deep relationship where all this stuff was happening, I'm like, bro, no. So proud of how far you come. Baby is crying, gotta go. Aw, thanks, Lacey. Good to see you. I have a male friend who keeps telling me let's get together, but never fully commits to it. Tell him to stop telling you that. Call him out. You need to call him out. You need to say, you said that 3 times. Bro, I'm convinced at this point you're just lying. You need to be straightforward. When I brought it up, he got defensive. Yeah, because he don't care about how you feel. That's real. He don't care about how you feel. He cares more about what he wants. So you bring that up and he gets defensive, oh, hell yeah. Because number one, he believes that he can do this and he thinks that should be okay, and he's not concerned about how it makes you feel. So that's when you gotta ask yourself, do you wanna continue to entertain a relationship where someone doesn't care about how you feel in this category? Is it worth it? Yo, see, a lot of these people out here will just not care about how you feel, but yet be in a relationship with you. That's insane to me. Just went through this, they never change. No, they don't have to. Because the thing is, they don't change because you give them too many chances and then they think you're bluffing. You gave me like 89 chances. Why would I change? All right, let's do it. Feelings kill dreams. Yes, when feelings are not controlled by logic, then yes, that is when we have a problem. You still need logic to balance out the feelings because feelings are not 100% good. They are not 100% something you can count on all the time. Sometimes your feelings are lying to you. Sometimes your feelings are leading you down the wrong road. And if you count on your feelings to make all of your decisions, good luck in life, because that is going to lead you down some crazy roads. Sometimes feelings are triggered by something, right? Sometimes they have no tie-in with anything healthy. and we're just following them. Thoughts on women taking the lead when pursuing someone? I seem to reach out more than him. So here's the thing. I think there's a difference between taking the lead and chasing. Taking the lead doesn't mean I'm going to chase you. You see what I'm saying? I can be a leader, but you have to follow. If I'm going to lead in picking out a restaurant and making sure that we have a good dining experience, then I might need you to help me with certain things. Hey, can you drive while I just call them and make sure, hey, can you help me with this? See, that doesn't mean I have to reach out 10 times more than you. I have to initiate every little plan. If I don't talk, we don't talk. That's just chasing. That's just giving someone the princess treatment, you know? That's not healthy because that means all the work falls on one person. That's not sustainable. So my thoughts, it doesn't matter who initiates. What matters is that you're both mutually pouring into each other, that you're both side by side partner in companionship and you're both adding to each other. There's not one person that has to keep doing more than the other. When it starts to go there, that means that this is a one-sided situation and that other person is getting a little spoiled. You gotta stop that. He broke up with me in a text. The attachment I have cause it was good until it wasn't. He broke up with you in a text? That's crazy. Single out guys, women do this as well as both. Yeah, but this is a woman's page. So I also call out women. I've been calling out women throughout this whole thing. But yes, I don't single out guys, so you don't have to say that. But also keep in mind, this is a woman's mental health page. If you're looking for a men's mental health page, I would recommend people like Elise Michaels. She works specifically for men and, you know, men geared pages. They are different pages. Damn it, I did not mean to send that. I've been back and forth with him for years. I love him, so I keep going back. You don't love him because in order to love someone, you have to be able to love yourself too. If you have to take away love from yourself to love someone else, that's the absence of love. That's obsession or that's addiction. You might be addicted. That's how people who are addicted sound. I want to stop eating this, but I can't stop. Even though it's bad, I can't stop. That sounds like addiction. That's not love. Because something shouldn't hurt you so much that you have to resist going back to it. So please, we need to stop getting love confused with addiction. You addicted. Believe it or not, love can be an addiction. The feelings of it are an addictive because it creates dopamine. A lot of things that are addictive create dopamine. Coffee, Celsius water, smoking, drinking. Think about how many things create dopamine. Netflix, social media, all of these things become addictive. So what happens is feelings that a person can give you, but they're not good for you, can be an addiction. And when you're trying to tell yourself that they can be something else than what they've showed you, then that's delusion. But we call delusion hope and potential. Those are not the same. Hope and potential is when the person is showing you the right thing multiple times. So there's potential they can be more. When they're showing you the opposite, that's delusion. That's just some of the stuff that I go through on Wednesday night. I'm not going to give you the real gems though. You got to go to Wednesday night. So go ahead and sign up because I'm going to tell you how to talk to these crazy people. They're not crazy. I'm just playing. I'm crazy. Don't let a man tell you twice he doesn't want you. Facts. But yes, that's the problem is a lot of us tend to go based on our emotion which is fine when logic is being super obvious with us. And that's when it's our fault. That's when we need to start taking ownership. It's not them. They already showed us who they were. They showed us how they constantly fail us. But because of our emotions, we go back. Now, here's what I'm going to say. And this is going to be a statement that y'all might take the wrong way or might come off a little harsh, but here we go. If you cannot control your emotions from going back to someone that's bad for you, how can we expect to trust someone like that in a healthy relationship to not cheat? I follow my emotions over my logic. How does that not sound like a cheater's mindset? Right now, I'm not feeling good, but I could feel good. Right now, I don't want this, but I do. Right now, I don't know. I'm making bad decisions because my feelings tell me all these things. How does that not sound like a cheater? And then we say, why is this person cheating on me? Because you're cheating yourself. A lot of the times, a person that we date is a reflection of our own self-worth. Right? They're a mirror to us. So if I don't really think, if I'm not doing things that fill my own cup, that are good for me, that give me respect and integrity, how am I going to expect to date a person that's going to be the same way? And then we say we're shocked when people cheat on us. I'm starting to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not exactly shocked like I used to be. In fact, most of the time I see it coming from a mile away. I've taught my class how to see cheating coming from a mile away. I will show you the signs. And believe it or not, there are many signs that you are probably going to get cheated on. Oh, it's so crazy. I didn't see this coming at all. No, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. And I say that all with love because I want to protect you. I want to make it so that you don't have to go through with this. But like I said, make sure you apply again. If you want to get in, it's only a few spots now. People are DMing me. Make sure you get your few spots, okay? And make sure you go ahead and send me a DM right now. Don't hesitate. And say ready in the DM and I will get back to you so we can get to work. And you can get in on this class on Wednesday so you can see how I present. You talk to a narcissist and manipulator to make sure that you throw them off balance. Let's make sure of that. Anyway, I gotta jump off, y'all. But make sure if you want your questions answered, go ahead and send me DM. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. I got a session coming up after this with someone who's working with me. Could be you, but make sure you move quickly. Anyway, I gotta go. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Have a great rest of your day.